Hi guys! Before I get into the contents of today's video, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment with any critiques, questions, or suggestions. In today's video, I'm going to show you some behind the scenes of the preparation for the last booth that I did. This was for a Ren fair and it was so much fun, and I ended up making 2 more designs, so I also show the process of making those in this video. So with that said, let's jump right in. Task number 1 is I wanted to change up my business cards a little bit. This is what my business card currently looked like, and it was fine if I was like handing it to somebody, but it didn't say my name, it didn't say what the QR code was, so I wanted to change it up just a little bit just so people could see it and have a little bit more of an idea of what they were scanning. I was also completely out of business cards, and I knew that I was going to need a bunch for this event. Task number 2 was I had some new designs that I wanted to make specifically for this event. Design number 1 was I wanted to make something D&D themed. I knew this Ren Fair had tons of different D&D stuff. They actually do a live D&D game there, so I really wanted to do something that would kind of appeal to the crowd. So I ended up doing an anxiety themed D&D dice with a little 1. I took my little anxiety spike that I love to do and I put it right in the middle of the dice, and at the top it says roll for anxiety. Now, I have learned a couple things about my process through making these 2 designs in particular. Number 1 is that my vinyl hates transfer paper. I don't know if it's because it's print on vinyl or what, but it absolutely despises the transfer paper and always leaves a sticky residue, which means I cannot use it. And if I cannot use transfer paper, I need to make sure that the pieces are a little bit bigger. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to peel the vinyl off and stick it to anything when I make stuff out of the design. So I have to pick fonts and I have to alter them to make sure most of the letters are connecting together. If they're not connecting together, then I'm not going to be able to peel them in one piece, and it's going to become very difficult for me to line up the words. Moving on to the second design. Currently I have this design, which is a little Grim Reaper, and he says touch grass. This is a new design that I've made and I really love it, and he's pretty popular, so I wanted to make another design similar, and I wanted to do a plague doctor because I felt like that would fit the Ren Fair really well, which I was totally right because there were people dressed up as plague doctors. So I wanted to make this little plague doctor, and instead of saying touch grass, he says drink water. Now we have 2 very similar stickers, and I already have ideas for more stickers along the same lines. So this is going to become a sticker series. This sticker was so popular, it completely sold out. Now, task number 3 was actually to clean up my space. Little life update for you guys. I actually just moved in with my friend and her husband and their new child, and that means I am bringing all my art stuff into a new space. So it was all over the floor during this process, and I just could not go any further with restocking until I cleaned everything up. So I had to assemble the desk that I had deassembled and brought over. I had to clean up all of the stuff and just get everything in a spot where I could actually work, which felt so nice because up to this point I had been doing everything on my bed and my back hurt so much and I just felt so like unproductive. So cleaning everything up and getting it settled into the space literally felt so good. From there, the next task was actually to restock. Now, I didn't film my restocking process because it's just a little all over the place and it was just a lot for me to film and I was really busy with other stuff. But basically what I did is I took the new designs, I made stickers, I restocked any of the stickers that were old, I turned a couple of designs into some new water bottles, I also put up some dice pouches with the D&D design, as well as just restocked a couple of other things. And then we move on to task number 5, which was the outfit. Hi guys, live Gabby here for a second. So one of the things that needs to get done to prep for this Ren Fair is my Ren Fair outfit. I have a dress from last year that I used, but I want to spice it up and add some stuff to it. So we are going to go to the thrift store and also Hobby Lobby. That's a dangerous combination, and we're going to see if I can get anything to kind of spice up the outfit. Of course, I had to get Duncan for this adventure. I went to about 4 different thrift stores, I think. I wanted to get a belt, and then I wanted to get little bags that I could clip onto the belt and little accessories for the belt. And then I also wanted to get a different pair of boots because my ones last year are so heavy, I did not want to walk around in them all day. Here's all the supplies I ended up getting, and here's a picture of what the final outfit looked like. I made a new flower crown and some hand wraps, and I think the belt came out awesome. I had very high hopes for this event, but I was trying to keep them down because I was a little nervous that I was going to get my hopes up and then it wasn't going to go super well. But this event went so much better than I could ever have imagined. It was such a fun event. They had the little strength challenge, they had hula hoops, they had fire breathers, they had so many vendors, and it was so awesome to get to go meet all of them. These sales were amazing. People were coming in. It was so busy both days, and it was just such a fun time. And seeing everyone's outfit, like, it was just so much fun. The things that were the most popular were definitely the cups and the dice pouches. I sold every single dice pouch. I sold half the cups. I sold out of one of the prints. I sold more pins than I've ever sold before, and I also got rid of more than half of my stickers. And I got to do it with my boyfriend. He came down for the whole weekend and helped me with the booth, and I could not ask for a better business partner. I'll leave all the information to this event down in the description, so if you're in the New England area next year and you want to come check it out, definitely recommend. It was a great time, and it looks like they're only expanding. My Linktree is in my bio, and I'm also going to leave my shop link in the description, so if you're curious about checking out any of this stuff for yourself, you can go take a look. Thank you guys so much for watching. As usual, I have no idea what the next video is going to be or when it is going to come out, but whatever it is and whenever it does, I hope to see you then. Bye!